Hello and welcome! This character profile video is for the class Sura, and what you'll see is all of his skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend, his skill combos, enhancements, player card, and a gameplay video. So, without further ado, I give you the class Sura. Here we go. And welcome to the skills page. If you are new to my character profile videos, allow me to introduce the interface. On the far left are all of his skills. The next column charges is how many times you can use that skill. The next column hits is how many times the skill will hit a creature or opponent. The next column is damage-PVE. That's the highest percentage damage that it'll do against a creature in the world. And then damage-PVP is the highest percentage of damage it'll do against another player's character. And then the specials are everything that's connected to these skills. And of course, the passive at the bottom. So take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we will move on to the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvE slide. So what I've done is I've taken all the skills and I've organized it according to the column of damage-PVE, from the highest percentage all the way down to the lowest. And your highest percentage single point damage is Shadow Break. There's a lot of stuff to explain on this screen, so I'll just get right to it with Shadow Break. That is, you notice how it says 915-1525%? Well, the reason for this is if you look at the specials and how it says max 2 attacks, I think this is where there's the understanding of that is that you have an additional attack if you hold the button down. So the first hit is 915% damage, and the second hit is 1525% or up to that highest percentage is where they're getting the second attack in. So it's for you to explore. I want to bring it to your attention, and that's why it shows up like that. Looking in the special section, the super armor that's colored red, it just means it's not applied in arena. Sorry about that, but you do have other super armors that do apply in arena, and we'll talk more about that in the PvP slide coming up next. Now, the skills side, why is there 3 of them that are colored green? That is because they're connected to your passive at the bottom. I've highlighted the skills in green to match the ones on the left side, so you visually can see, oh, I should pay attention to those skills. There is an issue I have with the passive, and we will talk about it coming up next in the PvP side. So for now, take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, let's move on to the top 8 PvP I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvP slide. We have a lot to talk about on this slide, so let's go ahead and knock out the basics. I have organized all the skills according to the column of damage-PVP, from the highest percentage all the way down to the lowest. And your top PvP single point skill is Shadow Break, just like PvE. Looking at the specials on the right, the super armor that is listed in red, it just doesn't apply in arena, but you do have super armor to use in arena, and that would be Shadow Break, Blinding Slash, and all the way down, second from the bottom or third from the bottom, Shadow Strike. So those are the ones that people who do PvP, they usually start out their attack getting super armor going, and then they do things like other skills, and then they come back and use that skill again to refresh their super armor. And looking at your options, it's a real big toss-up. Shadow Break is good. It's got the damage, and it has the things that disable or immobilize a person, like stun and knockup, and an additional attack. But I really like Shadow Strike because you're invulnerable while you're in stealth, and you grab the opponent. So nothing says, hi, I'm here to fight, like, hi, I'm gonna grab you. And I have super armor now, so, you know, we're good. So there's that, and I covered why the 3 skills are green, are connected to the passive. So there's 2 more things that I want to talk about, and that is look at Shadow Break. You see how I told you in the PVE slide that the damage is from 915 to 1525? Well, I think there's a mistake for the PvP damage. I really believe there should have been a range for that too, because you have that additional attack. That just makes no sense. You do 732% damage, and then you use your additional attack and it's another 732%. If there's a way for you guys to check into that and verify that it is a text mistake, then I'm bringing it to your attention. There is another issue that I have. Let's look at the passive. There's 2 what I think are text issues that don't really, it confuses. Like, for example, the description on how to activate your passive. It says slash, that's the name of all of it, slash effect, applied using 80 MP. Look at your charges column. There's no skill that uses MP. So how are you going to activate your passive if there's no skill that uses MP? Yeah. And then it says you recover 20 MP when using all skills. Well, if I was to reverse engineer that, it would be okay. So maybe if I use 3 skills, I recovered 80 MP. So maybe the slash effect is applied recovering 80 MP, even though I don't use MP. And the rest of it is your first skill damage is plus 50% more damage when in stealth. So looking at the things that have stealth is Shadow Strike and Shadow Cloak. I might be missing another skill that has stealth component to it, but that's of interest to you, is doing more damage. And they are saying the additional attack and flow skills are not applied. That's in the enhancements section of this video, so we'll be getting to that later on. Now, looking at the specials for the passive, I've coordinated in color. Shadow Break is green to Shadow Break the skill, and if you look all along, Twin Dragon, Blade Storm, what is Shadow Fang? It gives 2 additional hits, but if you look at your column for skills, you have no skill that is called Shadow Fang. You have Twin Fang, and you have Shadow Break, Shadow Cloak, and Shadow Strike. I think somebody was having a very bad day when they put together the passive for Sura. So on behalf, I'm really sorry it's not clear, but some looking into it and you will figure it out. Sura is a really great class, so don't let this deter you from checking out a guy with so many swords. So this is what I wanted to bring to your attention, and what else? I think that pretty much covers it. So take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we're going to move on to Sura's skill combos. I'll see you there. And welcome to the skill combo slide, and thank you very much for allowing me to go on that small rant. It's in your best interest to know if it looks like there's an issue, that you should be aware of. So let's move on, and if you are new to this skill combo slide, allow me to introduce how it works. First of all, you need to know where you can see it. So if you're in the game and you hit the menu button, and the menu's up and you go to your skills, and then on your skills screen, you move or look all the way over to the left and down. You'll see an icon that looks like a magnifying glass, and you tap on it. this is what you'll bring up, the list of skill combos, except you'll have to scroll up or scroll down to see them all. So I put it all on one screen for you to print out and try. These are combinations of skills that Perlibus is recommending if you are like, I like the class, but I can't fight worth a darn. I don't know what to choose, what to do. So you would come here and print this out and go, okay, so what they're saying is if I choose Blinding Slash first, then I should use After Image or Shadow Break next. That's how this works and how the screen operates. So the next example down below is Shadow Break. After you use that, again, After Image. So you can see that they're kind of, you can do a really nice chain combo. Like for example, Blinding Slash at the top to Shadow Break. Then next line down, Shadow Break to After Image. And then you evade and you can go to Shadow Break and then Shadow Break to After Image. And you can keep this up all day. So this is a screen to help you out learning all the skills and what you like in combinations. And once you get the hang of that, you'll be like, I like these other skills, and let me work them in. So take a moment to look at all this, and when you're ready, we're going to move on to Sura's Enhancements. Here we go. And welcome to the Enhancement slide. So if you are new to this slide, allow me to introduce the interface. On the far left is all of his skills. On the far right is branch damage connected to these skills. And then there's 4 columns in the center. The first one, second, and fourth are things that do something for your character, for Sura. The third column, I always try to make it things that happen to the creature or opponent you're fighting. So sometimes it doesn't turn out that way. Like for example, let's see. Yeah, if you look at Shadow Strike, the third from the bottom, they gave me 2 negative things. So target DP minus 20 for 10 seconds is where it should be. And, you know, I don't want to cram it in the same column, so I put it to the left. Another one that says target AP is minus 20 for 10 seconds. So this skill, when you unlock the enhancement, will attack creature or character's AP and DP. So that's how this all works. But let me repeat that one more time. When you come to the enhancements section, it's on your skills page, and then you look at the wheel, the circle that has all the other little circles inside. Those are your enhancements, and they have color circles that are connected to your branch damage on the right. So you need to unlock these things. Some of them you can just simply tap and unlock it from the start of character creation, and others you need to go and collect skill books and apply these skill books to your character, and they will fall where they may. And if it falls into the skill you're trying to level and it levels up, then you can unlock the enhancement. So that is how this works. And a few more things to mention is everything that's listed in red in the 4 columns is the super armor that you can't use in arena. The 3 words that are colored green for the skills are just connected to the passive so that you can always see and be aware of it. And I colored the Twin Dragon red and After Image red because I want to bring these things to your attention. Twin Dragon, I haven't seen this before, but usually it's, hey, if you don't like your super armor, let me see, yeah, I mean, if you don't like your forward guard, we'll give you a super armor. And this is the first time I'm noticing they're saying if you don't like your super armor, we'll give you a forward guard. And if you don't know what forward guard means, briefly, it's like a shield in front of you. And if somebody is trying to attack you, they're going to do minimal damage as long as they're in front of you. That's forward guard. But super armor is they can't grab you or stun you or throw you or anything like, well, yeah, they can't immobilize you. So a lot of PvP people like super armor. They wouldn't want to take that away. So be aware of Twin Dragon. If you unlock forward guard instead of super armor, chances are it will affect the flow that you unlock, where there's super armor there too. That might just change to forward guard. So, and super armor will be gone out of Twin Dragon once you unlock that. So be aware. After image, I highlighted that red because, yes, because the amount of hits that after image does, I'm pretty sure it's normally 3 hits, and now if you unlock the flow, it'll turn into a 6-hit combo, or 6-hit skill. So this is a reason why I highlighted that one in red, is to bring that to your attention. So if I was doing Sura, I would decide what I want to do with Twin Dragon, and I would for sure work to unlock the flow for after image and get my 6 hits instead of 3. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we will move on to the player card. Here we go. And welcome to the player card. It is all the images you saw previously except for one thing that's new. I made it like a baseball card. If you like Sura and you're interested in him and you want to check him out, come to this part of the video, look at his player card, and say, I really like some things that he has to offer, but I'm running short on time, so I'll come back and watch this video to hear all the details about Sura and look at his player card as well. So let's go ahead and introduce how this works. At the top are the top 8 PVE and PVP skills I recommend, and to the right of that is something new. It's called Immobilization. I just got through speaking about it briefly a few seconds ago. So what this means is anything that will stun, knock down, freeze, or whatever your character, or anything that does that to your opponent or creature you're fighting is listed here. It's green for do you have one? Yes you do. And if you do, how many of those do you have? So let's take the one at the top for Shadow Break. Yes, you have immobilizations and you have 2 of them. So looking at the skills below for Shadow Break, yes, I stun and I knock up the creature or opponent that I'm fighting. So this is of interest to me, and it looks like Pearl Abyss has given Sura a good helping of immobilizations. He's got 4 of them, and that stands out compared to many other characters that I've noticed who have immobilizations. I mean, Shadow Break, Mountain Fall, Blade Storm, and Rising Cut have 2 ways to immobilize your opponent or creature. So this is really good stuff. So that's how that works. You know about the skills. You certainly know about my rant about the passives. Sorry. And the enhancements. So if we come to the point where you're like, you've been talking about forward guard and super armor, and I really don't understand what it is again. Could you repeat it? Yes. The definition is at the bottom. Forward guard. This means that incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. Once again, as long as they're in front of you, and maybe in front of you to the right or the left, and they're trying to attack you, like say melee or whatnot, the damage coming into you will be 0 or heavily reduced. So this is a pretty powerful effect for your skill, or a special if you have it. Now for everyone that does PvP, they're more interested in the super armor, and this means that incoming damage will be reduced, and effects that immobilize you like stun, knockdown, and freeze, etc. will not happen for a duration of time. So if you're constantly refreshing your super armor, you're giving yourself a lot of protection from having these immobilizations happen to you. This is why I'm encouraging you to, if you're a PvP type of person, get super armor in your list of rotation of skills. So that'll be the last time I mention it, I'm pretty confident that you understand. Okay, I know what super armor does, thanks. So what we're gonna do now is take a moment to look at all this, and the music is gonna change, and we will go into the gameplay video where we show you what Sura can do. Here we go. And welcome to the gameplay video. So before we get started, let us show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we're at Kron Castle entrance, and we're here because we love it here. Their CP is that amount, and Sura's is that big amount. He's gonna have a lot of fun. So the way this works is we will use our autopath and have him fight for about 2 or 3 minutes to show off all his skills. Not all, but a lot of them. And at which time we will go to town. I'll give my outro and say thanks. So, without further ado, I give you the class, Sura. Here we go. And it's just about time for us to head back to town. Just give him a second. Yep, there we go. So while the loading screen is coming up, allow me to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like, let people know I'm always making more videos, and I have a lot of videos to do, especially when Pearl Abyss does buffs and nerfs. These videos will continue on, so you always know what the latest information is. So what we're going to do now is put Sura in a nice position that we could display him. We'll zoom in, and this looks good right about there. And once again, thank you very much, and you have yourself a great night. Wave goodbye. Take care. Bye now.